Hi, everybody. Nathan Frank. I'm currently the Director of Machine Learning Platform and Operations at Grainger. And how I like to drink my coffee is really any way I can get it. But, I have a machine that does like a simulated pour over experience for me. And that makes pretty decent coffee, I think. But I'll take diner coffee any day as well.
You've designed many systems. I know that was like your beginning of your career. Since then, you've designed many other ones. How do you approach it now when you're looking at, okay, we need a tool or we need a platform that is going to help us do XYZ to get this machine learning product or this AI product out into the world and creating value for our company? What does that look like?
Yeah. So I think there's like a practical approach that I try and think about, which is like, how much pain is it causing us to do this? Or like how much churn is associated with some aspect of this process, right? Like there's an approach of like, oh, there are these tools and there's all these tools out there. There's all this development in terms of, these new products and these tools. And I solve this problem and Y problem, but like, you got to know that you have a problem to solve first, right? And undoubtedly, if you're a company that's really anywhere in your sort of ML or AI journey in terms of adoption, you probably have problems that some tool might solve. But it's just a question of, where do you go? Do you bring in that outside tool or do you try and like pick away at it internally? So yeah, for me, it's like, is this a one-off thing? Is this going to be a repeated problem? Like, have I done this once before? Is this only the second or third time I'm doing this? And I should probably look at how can we maintain this and sustain this in a way that is like repeatable, that we have some standards in place, that, things that are alike should largely look alike in broad strokes. And by that, I mean that like the mechanisms, the kind of the structure, how things fit together, how they flow, getting deployment pipelines or CI/CD pipelines, or how you can sort of compose services. The structure of that should largely look the same because you want it to be easy for people to become familiar with them, right? Undoubtedly, you're going to have people moving into and out of working on these systems, and you're going to want to change them. And the easier they are to understand, and the easier they are for people to onboard to, the easier they're going to be to kind of change, right? And some of that requires some of those structures in place, best practices around, project structure and sort of CI/CD and testing and all that kind of stuff. But some of it is just like understanding where your team is at or where your user, I mean, if you're building machine learning platform tooling, your users are all internal, where they are at and trying to meet them somewhere that's reasonably comfortable, right?